of consternation about religious freedom, and I think that nobody that signed on to this Friend of the Court brief seeks to trample anyone else's religious liberty and their right to believe that if their faith doesn't want a same-sex couple married in their church, there's certainly a deep reservoir of respect for that person's views.
But so you feel like there's been a little consternation, but overall it has been, people have greeted it with enthusiasm.
Yeah, I mean, people accept the legal argument, and I think what's happening on the Republican side, to the extent that we're thrashing our way through this at a policy level, an intellectual level, is a blueprint for how to get through some of these complicated issues that divide our party. If we could have a similar, I think we are having a similarly intellectual exercise on immigration, where there's been evolution. Many Republicans who were dead set and laid their bodies down on the train tracks when President George W. Bush tried to push for comprehensive immigration reform that did everything, secured the borders, dealt with the workplace security, and dealt with the pathway to citizenship. It was no way, no how. And Senator Rubio's talks with conservatives and efforts on that issue have been greeted much more warmly than ours were just 4 years ago. So I think that this evolution in the Republican Party is underway. It doesn't get that much. Maybe that's a good thing, but I think we are hard at work.
Well, that's part of it, too. I mean, and this is coming at a time, Joy, when you're talking about there's the social pieces, like gay marriage and immigration, I guess to some degree is both an economic issue and social, and then you also have Paul Ryan, who is going to be figuring out a new Republican budget that balances the budget without any revenue raisers in the next 10 years, which is a daunting mathematical endeavor, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I think on all these issues, maybe could the problem be the lack of one sort of unifying leader to talk on these issues? Because, I mean, going back to the gay marriage piece.
Style.
Right,
you know, we're so raucous. We throw things at each other and we yell, and it's messy. It's like a big Italian family back to pizza. I don't know.
I agree. I mean, I think but if you look at within the African American community, there was a hardened opposition to gay marriage too, that really went into up to the moment that Barack Obama said that he was moving for it. And we actually saw in the polling, just among African Americans, a shift in favor and a softening on the issue just because someone that a lot of people respected said to do it. I think Rubio has some of that for the immigration issue. I don't know who that would be on gay marriage, and with Paul Ryan, is he that guy on the budget?
I think it's really hopeful, actually, when you look at the example of how gay marriage is now polling in African American communities, which is to say leadership really matters.
Yeah.
And so, you know, starting at a place like, you know, where we are with your document is, I think, important in terms of showing the path forward that maybe includes gay rights as a civil right. Anyway, we have to take a break, but coming up at 17, he was arrested for trying to rob a drug dealer. Now he is a doctor and knows not everyone in low-income urban America gets that second chance. We will discuss the cycle of poverty and violence when author Dr. Samson Davis joins us just ahead.
Brought to you locally by the islands of the Bahamas.
How do you know when you're in paradise?